Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The NMTI board appoints a new leader for the school. Also tonight, the restoration of furloughed employees and a full work schedule will require a big chunk of money. And a protest against the vaccine is led by FRONTLINERS. In sports, this golf tournament was highlighted by a rendering. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich.
A meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Chocolate Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan.
Hafa Day to Rawami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Monday, March 22nd, 2021. The Northern Marianas Technical Institute officially has a new interim CEO. Sally Lemus has this story.
I quickly learned that Ms. Atto was skilled at innovation and embodied dedication.
I have seen how Jodina carries the traits of a leader who is always looking to transform her community. As an active community member, she has created many important relationships across government agencies that can help her in her effectiveness as CEO.
Ms. Attal's dedication and leadership at CHCC has added value to the organization and our CNMI. Ms. Attal has strong communication skills. She's organized and efficient and values cooperation and collaboration.
Jodina has been a trailblazer for CHCC in her successful efforts to incorporate performance improvement into our normal business practice. She has shown the motivation, intelligence, and leadership skills necessary to shift our approach to workforce accountability.
By a vote of 5-1, the Northern Marianas Technical Institute Board of Trustees has appointed Jodina Attal as the new Chief Executive Officer. Attal received much support from colleagues, community members, and even Governor Torres. She has a master's degree in education from Framingham State University and is currently a quality improvement specialist at the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Before that, she was a former teacher at Cagman High School. Attal shares some thoughts on her appointment.
Honestly, I was caught by surprise. They were looking for someone with a education background and performance management, and I'm very passionate about quality improvement.
Her first steps as interim CEO will be coordinating with the board and coming up with goals for the institute.
We need to meet with the board, really sit down and hash out what our plans are and what we would like to accomplish in the next 5 years or 5 to 8 years. I know for the first 2 years it's going to be very foundational concepts, just trying to build our foundation as an organization first, and then move on to ensure that all the classes that are supposed to be available are available to the people that are interested in taking trades and technical apprenticeships, stuff like that.
Attow states having a skilled trade is not only an asset but is very beneficial to the CNMI, especially if we have more people on construction, nursing, physical therapy, and more. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Thank you, Sally, and congratulations to the new CEO. It's been almost 1 year since Governor Ralph Torres made a tough decision to furlough government employees due to the economic shortfall. But in just a few days, those employees will be able to return back to work.
On March 19th, Governor Ralph Torres released a directive to all government agency heads for the end of the reduction in force process and to bring back all remaining furloughed employees. Also included in the directive is the return of an 80-hour work week. Governor Torres states the CNMI is financially able to do this through some of the grants that are coming in.
There's several aspects. Obviously through U2 we had some deficit, and some of government expenditure has not been reimbursed for numerous reasons. So we have a loan from FEMA with $88 million, and then we also have the ARP, which is the American Rescue Plan. So we looked at those revenues, and I say revenues at least for grants coming in. It's not CNMI revenue, but it's the grant. And that will be the sources that we'll be using to assist on this, not just for the remaining of this year, but also for following year.
The 80-hour work week and return of duty will start with the pay period March 28, 2021. I'm Sally Lemus for the Channel 2 News.
A bill that will reduce tax and give more money to the people has been passed by the House of Representatives.
The Earned Income Tax Credit helps those with low to moderate income by reducing the amount you owe to the government and possibly giving an increased refund. Back in 1998, legislators eliminated the EITC because they could no longer afford to pay the credit. Instead, they taxed that credit 100% so the government could retain all the payments. That is why Representative Tina Sablan urged lawmakers to pass the bill which will restore the EITC. And with the American Rescue Plan Act coming soon into effect, the EITC will be fully funded. On Friday's House session, all 20 members voted for its passage, eager to get the money out to the community soon.
The Supreme Court has denied a request by the Commonwealth to sentence a defendant that has been absent in court.
Defendant Jing Hong Xing was convicted back in May of 2018 of assault and battery, assault with a dangerous weapon, and disturbing the peace. According to the Supreme Court, a sentencing was scheduled for late 2018, but many factors pushed the hearing back, including Super Typhoon U2, delays in completing the pre-sentencing investigation report, and Xing not showing up when a hearing was scheduled.
Typically, we ask the judge to take the person into custody pending sentencing. But the judge in this particular case allowed him to remain free and then reset it for sentencing. The defendant never showed up for the sentencing. We assume that he got on a plane, left the island, and fled because he knew that he was going to prison.
Chief Prosecutor John Bradley says the Commonwealth has requested the court sentence Xing even with his absence, but the Supreme Court denied the petition.
The order denied the request, saying that the current rules, as have been written by the Supreme Court, do not yet authorize sentencing in absentia. You can continue the trial as to guilt if the person flees, but apparently the Supreme Court says you can't get to sentencing.
Bradley says the CNMI rules of criminal procedure follow the federal rules.
But what has happened is, as the federal rules have become modernized and amended, the Supreme Court has not amended the CNMI rules to keep up with them. This particular amendment regarding sentencing in absentia occurred in the federal courts 25 years ago. And despite numerous committees meeting and suggesting changes, that change has not yet occurred.
Moving forward, Bradley plans to make a proposal to the legislature and hopes for an amendment to the rules so that future victims will see justice.
This is a problem that can easily be solved by quick action. If either the legislature or the Supreme Court adopts a new rule that says you can proceed to sentencing in absentia, if the defendant runs off, he doesn't get to avoid sentencing. That's the rule in the majority of jurisdictions around the world. It has an obvious good policy reason. We don't want to reward people who become fugitives. And if the court will just adopt that rule, then we can be more protective of victims and maintain a more just system.
CNMI firefighters are refusing to take the COVID-19 vaccine and may face termination. Sally Lemus has the details.
About 20 firefighters appeared before members of the House of Representatives on Friday, voicing out concerns on the COVID-19 vaccine. Sean Delos Regis Kaipat spoke on their behalf.
We believe that it's still in its clinical stage, and we're not ready to take it until it has been approved by the FDA. We do not know what will happen within 5, 10 years from now. We've been going through this. Of course, we're medical professionals also within our field, pre-hospital setting. We all know about drugs and or medications and what it does to our patients.
Kaipat explained further that no one in their department has contracted the virus despite being very exposed to those with it or even those who show symptoms. So why should they still take it?
Why do we need to get it when some of us opt out, yet we can still contract it, right? You get the vaccine, you contract it. You can still spread it. You don't get it, same thing. So we're really hurting here. Our families really support us. Our patients support us. Their family members support us. How much more will it take till our voices are heard? It's like people are just saying, oh, thank you for doing your job, but then when it comes to us voicing our concerns, we're unappreciated.
Back in February, a directive from Governor Torres mandated all employees of the executive branch of the CNMI government to receive the COVID-19 vaccination. The purpose stated in the memorandum was to safeguard the health and well-being of the entire community from the risk associated with COVID-19.
Each of us have our own duty and obligation, fiduciary duty. With the first responders, this again is an advice and consent from our Attorney General on what the Governor's executive order has. This is not to punish anyone by any means. They are our first responders. They are there to protect us. We have vaccines available. It's only right that they do participate and to protect our community.
The administration provided medical and religious exemption accommodations for employees who cannot take the COVID-19 vaccine. It was stated also in the memorandum that if no reasonable accommodation is possible, the agency may exclude the employee from the workplace, which ultimately meant termination.
If you have medical issues, that's absolutely get a doctor's note that you will not be taking vaccine for medical reasons or a religious reason. But to arbitrarily say, I don't want to take it, is contrary to what the Attorney General's recommendation and the ability to be terminated.
The 23 firefighters have created an online petition seeking community support to allow them to express their right to choose without threat of termination. They will, however, continue to follow all strict protocols that will ensure the safety of our community by wearing proper PPEs and other safety measures. Reporting for KSPN News, I'm Sally Lemus.
Coming up, we speak with the Department of Finance that is preparing for the third stimulus payment. Find out more after the break.
For your smiles, they give me endless pride. For our shared moments, that become an endless treasure. And when I've taught you everything I know, I promise to always be here to watch you grow. You've got endless potential, son.
Access all you'll ever need, giving you endless data on your favorite social apps.
We're one of 8 U.S. regional fishery councils established under the Magnuson-Stevens Act. The council uses the best available science and local knowledge to develop fishery management plans for over 1.7 million square miles of our productive Pacific waters.
We worked with local scientists and managers to develop an app that captures detailed fishery data.
Accurate CATS data from the fishing community are needed to sustain fish populations.
Take a proactive role in fishery management.
The power of data is in our hands.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Mariana's Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Mariana's Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
One of the best things you can do during the pandemic is to get yourself healthy and strong. Gold's Gym is a great place for a tune-up. Wide open workout spaces with dedicated cardio, free weights and machines, personal training, group exercise, and good nutrition. Short-term daytime promo on sale now, just $159.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The Department of Labor is sending out money for the second round of PUA starting today.
We've actually been printing checks for the second round of PUA, and we hope to get these majority of them out by Monday. The payment batches that were printed includes all of February and the first 2 weeks in March. So we are pushing out those checks, payments through direct deposit and through paper checks.
She says over 10,000 individuals applied for the second round of PUA, with over 100 people working from the CNMI Department of Labor to adjudicate the claims. A question many have in the CNMI: where is the money for the third round of stimulus? Division of Revenue and Taxation Director Tracy Narita gives us an update.
The CNMI Department of Finance is preparing for the third round of stimulus. At this time, the processing will be based off the 2019 tax returns.
There is a $1,400 payment for each qualifying person. Now that's the filer, the spouse, and all dependents, all qualifying dependents claimed on the return.
But not all will qualify for the third round of stimulus payments, as there is a cap on how much an individual makes per year.
And then the phase-out amounts have changed. And so for a single person who exceeds $80,000 and a joint filer that exceeds $160,000 and a head of household that exceeds $120,000 will not be receiving a payment.
DOF does not have an exact date scheduled yet for when the payments will be sent out.
And so I wanted the public to know that we are in communication with the IRS, and we will be meeting soon to discuss and finalize our implementation plan. So we do not have a timeline yet for issuance of payments until we can finalize that with the IRS.
She says the DOF is looking to open the stimulus portal this week, allowing individuals to opt in for direct deposit.
Something that the Department of Finance is prioritizing because we want to make payments more convenient to taxpayers. We are implementing some updated and new features on the portal to help people avoid inputting errors on their bank information. And so we're hoping to get these filters in that allow the taxpayer to select from a drop-down menu the routing number for their local bank and some additional assistance with their correct starting account numbers.
If an individual signed up for direct deposit on the second round of stimulus and received the payment with no errors, Narita says there is no need to sign up for this round. It will be automatic.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, coming up on the KSPN2 Sports Report, golfers turn out for a good cause themselves. Oh yeah, they helped NMCT.
The newest in entertainment lets you do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus. Watch your favorite live and local channels, stream movies and shows on TV, on your phone, and on your tablet, right from your Docomo Pacific Wi-Fi. No more wires, no more cable boxes, now with the best price. Do TV your way with Docomo Pacific D TV Plus.
Jose and Pedro were born on the very same day. Jose liked to play sports. Pedro liked to play video games. Jose's favorite word was pass. Pass me the ball. Pedro's favorite word was pass too. Pass me the rice. Jose is retired and has both time and energy. His life is just beginning. Pedro has diabetes, hypertension, and gout. His life could soon end. Eat less, play more, live longer. Brought to you by PHI, the pharmacy you can trust.
Did you know CNMI's coral reefs and seagrass ecosystems are worth about $115 million a year? Coral reefs alone are valued over $100 million a year. All the more reason these precious ecosystems must continue to be protected. Coral reefs are important to the people of the CNMI because they provide traditional and subsistence uses, production of commercial food products, recreational opportunities for a healthy tourist economy, and physical protection from storms. Do not break or collect coral to take home with you. We need them. Corals are living animals, and it takes decades to create reef structures. Planting trees, grass, and shrubs on bare soil helps prevent sediment from entering our oceans. Trees also help fight climate change. Use a rain barrel and collect water from roofs, yards, and paved surfaces. You can help keep storm water on your property and pollutants out of waterways by building a rain garden. The ocean floor isn't a dance floor. Stepping on corals can break them. Maintain buoyancy when snorkeling or diving. Nutrients from excess fertilizer increases algae growth that blocks sunlight to corals. Coral reefs need clean, clear water to survive. Help keep our beaches litter-free. Always take out your own trash and a little bit more. Anchor in sandy areas away from coral and seagrass or use mooring buoys so the anchor and chain do not drag on nearby corals. Reduce, reuse, rethink, repair, refuse, recycle. Do not feed the fish. Do not take or step on coral. Do not collect shells. Do not fish. Help with local tree planting community events, local beach cleanups, and get involved in protecting your watershed. Participate in training or education programs that focus on reef ecology. You can make a difference. Please contact Mina to get involved in community conservation.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Ghost Gym, and today I want to go over some exercises that you can easily apply into your current exercise program. Now I have here with me Vince, and he's going to be demoing some of those exercises. Now the first one today is going to be a one-arm dumbbell row. Before I have Vince here execute a few reps, what we want to remember with virtually any exercise is your setup. If you start in a bad position, it's not going to look good, and it's certainly not going to feel good. So a common mistake with here is obviously a rounded upper back, and as you can see, he's not very rigid or stable. So what we're going to do is correct that just a little bit. So his supporting arm and his leg that's supported on the bench as well is we want to lock that in. Open up that leg a little bit to allow for a better path on that dumbbell. With the elbows coming up way too high, you can see the shoulders riding forward, and that's not what we want. So ideally, what you want to think about is pulling with your elbows and stopping right at the midline of your body. So in this position right here, you can feel his entire upper back along with his core.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live. Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, usually when we show highlights of a golf tournament, it's somebody making a great shot. However, the highlight of the 2021 NMC golf tournament was what golfers saw after play was finished.
There you go.
Nice.
Get that, Bob?
No, but he did. The island's top golfers turned out in full force Saturday morning. Lau Lau Bay East Course for this one-day tournament. Golfers teed off to support NMC.
The proceeds for the tournament that we're having today will fund a lot of the rebuilding activities that we have at the college. As you know, Super Typhoon U2 destroyed almost 80 to 85% of our campus. So we're using a lot of the proceeds to be able to purchase equipment, furniture, and other fixtures that will go into the new buildings that we are building for our new campus.
Nick Sablon is a longtime supporter of the NMC Foundation tournaments, as is Sports Hall of Famer Frank Castro.
How you doing, Tony? Nick, let me ask you, as a veteran golfer, how many times have you played in the NMC Open here?
Well, almost
Every year.
every year.
Why?
Well, we've got to support the children's, man. They're our future.
How many NMC golf tournaments have you played in?
40. I don't know. I can't count a lot of them.
Why do you come out and support NMC?
I don't have anything to do. Might as well join. Have the NMC.
Pedro Hokog with a decent drive. He's from Rhoda High School in the 70s. Remember? I do.
Nice hit.
Going to Rhoda the boat. Yeah, it's going to Rhoda.
Real good. Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
What do you remember about Rhoda High School in 1977?
I will never forget you. You're my first algebra teacher.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You still remember those days?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
77.
So he was our student at Rhoda High School. We had 53 students.
The well-attired Tony Satur with the birdie putt.
Nice work. Thank you.
Bird's the word?
Yeah. Bird's the word. That's the word for today.
Feng Chun-jin had the lowest score of this tournament, 70, to take the championship flight. The Korean community scored well in all divisions, especially the ladies' flight. It was won by Soon Suk Kim with an 81. Well, after the tournament play was concluded, participants were feted at the awards banquet where they were the first to see the rendering of NMC's new campus coming up.
Frankie, a lot of these golfers, they'll be seeing this for the first time.
Yes. This is the first time we're making this public.
The first time for anybody to see it.
So it's going to be exciting because, you know, many of our golfers have been golfing at the NMC fundraising tournament for many years, and they get to see what they are contributing towards. So it's really exciting to be able to share this today.
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com. Hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HOFFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online at marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735.
Today's high 89, the low 78, humidity 59%. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, isolated showers, east winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. High 89, low 78. Well, that's familiar. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Sunrise 6:19. Low tide at 9:36 in the morning, followed by a high tide 3:22 in the afternoon. Sunset. Green flash last night 6:28. That is Monday's news, sports, and weather. Thank you so much for watching. See you back here on Wednesday.